Hey everyone, how you doing? Wanted to say hi. I'm working from my new home office right here in my closet. Um, I was just viewing a video talking a little bit about the forbearance and for mortgages. As consumers may have the ability to forbear their mortgage for a period of time, but I wanted to share with you, what that really meant. A lot of people are confused by that, and I think this is a great information. This is by Barry Habib. He's with the MBS Highway, one of the most very highly respected people in the mortgage industry. So I want to share this video with you. I'm going to share my screen now. All right, and then let's go here and let's play this video and see. His headline is "Dazed and Confused Over Forbearance," and a lot of people will be confused by what that means, how it will impact them if they choose to take that. So let's go ahead and see what Barry says about it.
Confused for so long, it's not true.
Good morning. Yeah, Dazed and Confused. Our good friend Diana Olick again putting out some very bad and dangerous information. Now this morning you might see I'm joined, a little different format for you today, by Megan Anderson and Dan Habib. Say hi, team.
Hi, everyone.
Morning, everybody.
So we have an action-packed update for you this morning. So it's going to take all three of us to bring all this information to you. But let's start with Diana Olick on CNBC this morning on a really hot topic that's really important, and she botched it badly, giving out dangerous information. So what she talked about was the fact that on a forbearance, letting people know, oh, yeah, go ahead, do a forbearance, and saying that the payments are going to be tacked on to the end. Boy, who wouldn't want to do that, right? So literally incenting people to not pay their mortgage, ruin the mortgage industry, ruin the housing industry, because lenders cannot sustain that type of flood. And what we're seeing is that individuals who are going to be already confused about what forbearance means. I mean, let's face it, if you were to ask 10 people, what does forbearance mean? Those that potentially have any clue are going to say it means free mortgage payments, no payments. They don't understand what it is. So let's just break that down first. Forbearance is not a deferral. Forbearance means that you have to still make those payments, but they're just delayed until the forbearance period is over, and then they're either due in their entirety, or there could be some sort of a workout period that is done. But the investor wants their money. This is very different. And Dan, I know you did a lot of work on researching the difference between forbearance and deferral. And Diana Olick completely dazed and confused over the fact that she thinks it's a deferral. She's wrong. She's putting out bad information, and it's very dangerous because there are some deep ramifications. Now, if the customer digs themselves in enough of a hole that they can't make that balloon payment after the forbearance is over, or if there isn't a workout or a modification, then they may be in jeopardy of losing the equity in their home. The other thing that you have to be careful of is credit. Now, according to some of the documentation that we're reading, it is stating that they don't want there to be negative credit implications there. But let's face it, when you look at the way the credit reports are, what do you put for those months where there's no payment? You can't put that there's a payment, so there's going to be a hole there that has to be read. I went over this and spent some time with David Stevens last night, and there are clearly some problems that are going to occur where people will be seeing some sort of comparative loss of benefit to their credit. So they will get dinged for this. They're going to hurt their credit. This is just designed for people who are in desperate straits and need it, but yet Diana Olick made it seem as if everyone should do it and the payments get tacked on to the end for a free ride. So dangerous. And Megan, you know that there's already statistics on this.
Yeah, I mean, we heard today that Caliber got 8,000 calls yesterday into their servicing department to request this forbearance. And it's so important that you guys get out there and you use the power of social media to educate your clients on this. And we came out with a Social Studio script yesterday. You will find this under the marketing tab in Social Studio to help educate your clients on what this means and why it might not be a good idea for them. And then from there, really utilize that debt consolidation tool to help them find a better long-term solution for them.
So in addition to that, what we wanted to talk with you about today was that I spoke to so many people yesterday. Goodness gracious, my head was spinning. I was kind of in bed at 11:30, still on phone conversations, and so many great people. Rick Floyd, Kevin Perenio, just want to give you guys shout outs as well. David Stevens, Ivy Zellman, John Burns. So all of these great people, speaking with them. So John Burns and Ivy Zellman, two of the best housing analysts in the world. And I want to tell you that the call that we're going to have, Megan, with Ivy Zellman and David Stevens is going to be very meaningful. But I think that what you'll get is a feel for what does the housing market look like after this? Where are the opportunities? And David Stevens was really instrumental in clarifying a lot of this. He's been such a good resource for us and such a great leader in the industry. We're going to be working on something with Dan to kind of help some companies with some advisory suggestions that we will be putting out for them to help them navigate through these really treacherous waters that very few understand. And Megan, I know that we've got that event and others. Maybe you could just talk about that really briefly so people know.
So we know that you guys want information, and we have a few upcoming events tomorrow at.
So in the rearview mirror, because again, that's what, March 8th to the 14th, right?
Yeah, so that is really, most of that data for the ADP report for the month of March was taken on the 12th or really kind of before the 12th. That's really like their period of time. So while there were some effects of the coronavirus that were felt there, doesn't.
Hey guys, I'm actually going to stop that video right there because the most important part of that video is just to talk a little bit about this forbearance and just the ramifications that could have on our industry if people don't understand, you know, what that exactly is or what it is to them. So I know you listened to Barry Habib and you saw that, you know, this is a deferral of payment, not a forbearance. You can't just miss your mortgage payments and never pay them back. They're not going to tack it onto the end of the mortgage and let you get away without paying it. And there could be some big ramifications for our industry in the mortgage side, absolutely on the real estate side, because they're connected. If people, you know, just go ahead and don't understand that and start, you know, forbearing their mortgage, even though they are deferring, I guess, deferring or forbearing it, even though they don't need to. It's a last case resort to do that. So if you have questions for people that will come up asking you about, you know, what they heard on CNN about they don't have to make their mortgage payment, some information that you have now is you could be educated enough on this topic to share with them. You know, this is just for people who really do need it. They're in a dire circumstance. And if everyone decides just to call and say they can't make their mortgage payment, that's going to have huge impact, not just on the industry, but on them. It could have potential to have a big impact on them, on their ability to repay that, maybe even losing their home and damaging their credit. So I wanted to share that with you. I think it's important. I hope you're all doing great. I'm working hard during this time, and I know I am. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that you heard on here, just let me know. I'm available all the time, and look forward to working with you and talking to you soon. Bye-bye.